Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ChurchMunky. Hope everybody's been doing well. Another week, another paycheck, or another half of a paycheck for me at least. Bi-weekly folks, where you at? Woo! Yeah, another week of working hard. I've been very broke lately, so I've been doing a lot of side work, a lot of landscaping, you know. I might be a white boy, but I'm not afraid to mow a lawn or two. Been doing a lot of lawn mowing. On Sunday, my boss asked me to work overtime, so I changed the oil in some trucks, changed the tires on my truck. That was a pain in the ass, honestly. I like working outside. I don't mind doing pool work or landscaping, but for some reason, I've never liked mechanic stuff, it sucks because that's what pays more. If I was a mechanic, that's that's what would pay me a lot more than landscaping or pool boy, but I just don't like it. I don't know why. I could never get myself to enjoy it. I still do it for money, of course. I change the oil in all the trucks. My boss's truck, he needed to walk me through how to change the oil. He has he said his whole engine is completely steel. So it was like a steel oil tank, steel gas tank, everything steel. I couldn't tell what was what. And the oil filter was all hiding up behind this weird crevice. That sucked. That was the worst. But hey, did it for the money, am I right? Was able to take my girlfriend out to dinner. That's what you do it for, you know? Speaking of her, I also took her out to Armstrong Woods, her and her dog. Her dog's a good boy. It's a big change for me. Growing up, I did have a German Shepherd when I was really little, but my mom's dog that I'm used to, he's a little half Corgi, half Blue Heeler. He's a little tiny dog. But my girlfriend's dog is a Mastiff. He's part Mastiff, part Pit Bull. He is huge, and he is muscle. And I love walking him. I love throwing the ball for him. He's such a good boy. We took him to Armstrong Woods, and we walked him around. He's a good boy. It's just a very big change, man. When I was at my mom's house and the dog laid in your bed, sometimes you wouldn't even tell. You could kick him going out, you know? You wouldn't even know he was there. But there ain't no way that my girlfriend's dog, you wouldn't know he was there. Holy moly. His paws are like almost the size of my hand. His head is as big as my head. It's crazy. I tell my girlfriend, it's like we're sleeping with another grown man in between us. No, it's not. He's not that big. Yes, he is. He's huge. But, you know, still got to treat him right. So I throw the ball for him a lot. Take him on walks. And, yeah, we took him out to Armstrong Woods. It's this big redwood forest. It was really nice. I haven't been there since I was a kid, and I enjoyed it. I'm not much of a walker, if you couldn't tell by my man boobs. I'm a more get off of work and lay down type of guy, you know. But happy wife, happy life. Happy dog, happy fog. I don't know. Happy dog, I don't know. I need both of them happy, you know. So I did that. Took them to Armstrong Woods. Been working overtime, and that's how I've been. And I hope everyone else has been well. I recently moved into this downstairs apartment about 2 months ago, and it was for my girlfriend and her dog, and he's been enjoying it. Big backyard to throw the ball around. It's been very nice, and that's how life's been going. You know, he is a very anxious dog, so I would say the first 6 months I knew him, I couldn't touch him. I couldn't get too close to him. He's a very anxious boy. But slowly and surely, he's learned that I am the treat man. I'm the treat man and the ball thrower. So now he loves me, which is very nice. I moved downstairs so I could have a backyard for him. I even got a new car so that he could fit in the trunk. And I like taking him to In-N-Out, but oh my God, his farts stink. Jesus Christ. Just coming from it as a cat owner, my girlfriend says she's heard my cat fart one time. I didn't even know cats farted, dude. Yeah, dogs be ripping ass, and it stinks, but yeah, it's just such a big change from my cat. It's such a big change. And I think that the car gives him a tummy ache. Like, I think the car gives him, I think he has motion sickness or something. Because I swear, I chill with him at the house all the time. He don't be ripping ass like that. But once we get in the car, oh my gosh. We'll be driving to In-N-Out, and he'll be ripping ass. I'm like, bro, do you even need In-N-Out? You smell full back there. You smell like you've eaten all the In-N-Out. But he's a good boy, despite them rank-ass farts. He's still a good boy. And yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Other than that, what else have I been doing with my life? We hung out with some friends. That was a good time. You know, got to keep your friend time and your family time all intact. I haven't done stand-up in probably about a month now. I've been very broke, so staying at home. But I did recently find my drum set. I have this Alesis, I don't know how else to say that. Alesis Nitro Drum Mesh Kit. And I knew it was in a box at my grandma's. I couldn't find it, though, for the longest time. I looked everywhere. I just found it the other week. So I've been having my headphones on, jamming like crazy, man. I love the electric drum kits. Of course, a real drum kit will always sound better, but man, being able to have the headphones on, and then you can change it to all different types. I go from playing like heavy metal Tool to I change the drums to like more of a Queen pop sound. I love that drum kit, man. And yeah, I'm really happy that I found that. I've been playing my drums a lot, playing my bass. I've been watching a lot of comedy. I've almost watched all of The Whitest Kids You Know, which if you know, you know. It's an old sketch show. I love that show. I've been rewatching that, playing the drums, playing GTA. Finally got my mansion. Woot woot. And now I'm doing those missions. I'm blowing up Waymos in GTA. You know, they're saying that, God, I gotta stop saying you know so much. Fuck my ass, dude. In GTA, they say if you buy this mansion, it's so you can transfer your GTA Online character into GTA 6. And I really want to do that, and I'm so close. It took so long to get the mansion. I think it was like $11 million. I've never spent that much ever in GTA. I've maybe saved up for $1 million or $2 million to buy a car or to pimp a car out, and then I immediately spend it all. Having to save up $11 million, holy moly. It was hard in GTA. I can't even imagine how hard $11 million must be to save to in real life. And yeah, that's been a lot of fun, so I can't lie. I've been a hermit. I've been a hermit for a little while now, but I've been enjoying it. Spending time with my friends, spending time with my family, playing the drums, making music. It's always been fun, you know? Or it has been fun. And yeah, other than that, that's all life's really been lately. Just working and hanging out. Summer is here, though, so I'm hoping for some fun times soon. Maybe going to the river. Maybe going to the lake. Oh, my gosh. Reggae music, some beer, and a lake. I said beer to sound stereotypical, but probably like a White Claw, honestly. Whatever you want to say, man. I'm sorry. I'm not down for hazy IPAs. When I was working on Sunday, my boss gave me a Coors Light. That actually wasn't so bad. I think the older you get, you just get more used to the taste of beer. I don't think anyone really likes it, but you know what I mean. You get the vibes, okay? Hot summer day, lake, beer in hand, sitting on a floaty. That's what I'm excited for. We're in this weird middle where we still have some cold days, then we have some really fucking hot days, and I'm ready for it to be summer, dude. Something interesting I saw this week was there's this whistleblower who says he worked for the CIA, and he says that the CIA uses Ancestry.com and 23andMe to track down alien DNA in Nordic people. Specifically, Nordic people? Or no? What are they called? The Vikings, right? Nordic? I don't know. I don't have a Google device right now. Fuck. Scandinavian, maybe? I think it's Scandinavian. They were looking for alien DNA specifically in, like, Scandinavian ancestry. And I don't know if I believe that, man. We were talking about conspiracies last week. We're real conspiracy brain lately, but, like, I don't know if I believe that, dude. You think if aliens were smart enough to, like, breed with people or, like, be here, you think they'd just leave DNA that was traceable behind? You know? That doesn't make any sense. And also, is this what my tax dollars is going to? If this is true, is this why I'm paying so much in taxes? So the CIA can role-play Men in Black? Are you serious? This better not be true. It shouldn't be true. If it is true, then why do they even have Area 51? I don't think I believe it that much, honestly. But it is an interesting concept. The government created 23andMe to track down alien DNA. I think that would have been hard to keep secret for so long. But who knows? Maybe it's true. I don't know. This guy says it's true. I kind of call bullshit. But I don't know. Why would they even need to look into DNA? Honestly, hear me out. My theory is that I'm an alien. A lot of us are aliens and don't even know it. My theory is that there isn't alien DNA, but mental health issues is alien DNA. Hear me out. Hear me out. Think about it, okay? I have a lot of mental health issues, and maybe I'm an alien. Think about if an alien breeded with a human and they were alive today and functioning on Earth. They wouldn't just be like looking like an alien. They'd try to blend in. So they would just be regular people who perceive the world differently. Bruh, think about it. I don't know what I was on when I took these podcast notes, but I'm going with it. Think about it, bro. Why else is your brain all fucked up? And mental health issues are genetic? Boom. Theory proven. We're all aliens in disguise. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in aliens. I would really like to. It would really be awesome. But I don't know how much I do, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd love if it were. I'd be a Man in Black for sure. I'd be one of the Men in Black. Pew, pew, pew. You know, erasing the memory. You know? But even if I do believe in aliens, I don't know how much I believe in that one specifically. It just kind of sounds like too good to be true. It sounds like too easy. Like, don't you think either aliens would hide the DNA somehow or the government would find a way to where we would never figure out about it? Well, I mean, I guess we do find out about a lot of stuff, like MK Ultra, and like stuff eventually comes out, but you'd think there wouldn't be this whistleblower guy, or it wouldn't be like we're using 23andMe. It would be like some secret CIA agents are pricking people on the subway and getting their blood, right? Using 23andMe, that's just crazy, in my opinion. And yeah, I Googled it, and of course there's no truth behind it, but this guy, he's a whistleblower, CIA whistleblower, bloater. Wow, good one. CIA whistleblower, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mossad over here, woot woot. I don't know, this is really for my dad, because I know he listens, and I know he believes in aliens, so leave a comment, bro. Tell me what you think, Dad. Do you think they're using 23andMe? Does that make any sense to you? I don't know. Like I said, it just seems too good to be true. You think if they were doing that, it would be like, I don't know, don't we get our DNA, like, isn't it, I don't know, can't you get it off hair? Can't you get it so many other ways that people wouldn't find out about? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me, honestly, but maybe I'm just too dumb to know. And yeah, I really do want to believe in aliens. Like, that'd be so cool. I think that'd be hella dope. Maybe we are aliens with the mental health issues perceiving differently. Maybe AI is an alien. Maybe it's a man-made alien. Conspiracy theory confirmed. Yeah, I don't know. When I was a kid, I really liked alien stuff. I've seen some. Wasn't it this year that they released the UFO proof that the government has? And I mean, I guess it's UFO proof, but it's also like some hillbilly could have just built a plane. It could just be an unidentified flying object, not necessarily from space, you know? That's what I think every time when you see the little blur going around. I'm like, oh yeah, some hillbilly tried to build a helicopter, and it's going really wrong. That's always my first thought, but who knows? Maybe aliens are real. Maybe aliens built the pyramids. I thought that for a long time. I was like, that proves aliens, right? The pyramids. But then I've seen other stuff where people draw out like pulley systems, and they could have just pulled it up, leverage physics, whatever. So I don't fucking know, guy. Everyone always questions the pyramids in Egypt, but no one questions the pyramids in Mexico. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, pyramids in Mexico, that makes sense. They they definitely built that shit. But the ones in Egypt, how, bro? How? That's just a joke. It's just a joke. Calm down. Or is it, though? Dom, dom, dom. But yeah. I don't know. Aliens could be real. They very well could be. They could not be. I could be an alien. Life could be a simulation. Who knows? I don't. But we'll all know one day. Yeah, that alien thing that alien thing interested me. What else have I watched lately? I watched this thing about like a church cult that was pretty crazy, and like this pastor convinced that he convinced the parents that the kids needed punishment and stuff. I've been watching a lot of law and crime stuff, but I really can't watch it that much, man. I listen to like one or two videos. I think today I listened to some like, I don't know. I like the psychology behind it, right? So today I listened to this one. It was a girlfriend who killed her boyfriend, and they were both like drug addicts. It's not just like, it's never a regular situation, They were both drug addicts, but what I thought was funny was that, whoa, what the fuck, man? I didn't think anything was funny about that video. Whoa, what a Freudian slip. That's fucked up. I didn't find anything funny. I retract all my statements. No, what I thought was interesting was how she tried to cover it up. How she was like, I was going for a walk, The psychology behind accountability and the psychology behind, like, doing something like that and not thinking about it. That's the stuff I like. But I listened to that one, and then I listened to another one about this kid who killed his grandpa, and I was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough long crime. Let's put on something funny now. Please. Put on the album of the week, dude. I'm not listening to this no more. I do find it interesting. I'm just an anxious person, and it makes me think a lot. And yeah, definitely can't consume too much of it. But it just gets too real. When I was a kid, I was into Mr. Nightmare and like those creepy stories where they'd tell scary stories. And I think now that I'm an adult, this law and crime stuff gives me the same feeling, When I was a kid, I would listen to the scary stories and I'd get real anxious. My heart would beat and it would feel like a roller coaster. And I think it's the same with the law stuff. I listen to it and I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like, how could someone do that? And yeah, but too much is too much, you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. Some people just fucking eat it like it's ice cream. Some people watch crime stuff. My girlfriend just watched that Euphoria show. And I don't understand stuff like that. Like, I don't, like, she was like, the last episode was so sad. It was so sad, but it was amazing and I loved it. What? I don't want to watch something that makes me fucking sad, dude. I'm not that type of person, unless it's real. I'll watch, like, All Quiet on the Western Front. That'll definitely make me sad. It shows the German kids graduating high school being sent straight to war. They don't even know what they're fighting for. That shit's sad, but it's real. But like a show where it's just written to make you sad, I'm like, why? Why? I'd way rather watch like Malcolm in the Middle or How I Met Your Mother or something. But then on the same hand, I do watch law and crime videos, you know. I keep saying law and crime like that's a genre, but that's literally what the YouTube channel is called. It's called Law and Crime. And I also like the host. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he interviews a lot of people, so he won't just talk about a crime. He'll talk about a crime, show some body cam, and then pull in someone who's been a detective for 40 years, or like someone who was in the military as a detective or a psychologist, or like, I like that. I like hearing professionals' opinions, you know. Psychology really fucking interests me. I wish I had done better in school and I could have gone to like a 4-year college. I still think about it sometimes, but the debt makes me way too anxious. I'm not taking on that much debt, buddy. Fuck no. I don't care how much money I'm going to make by the end of it. Because, yeah, I do really find it interesting. I would love to be either a therapist and like just listen to people's problems and help them work through it, or I'd love to be like a detective in some way, or yeah, I guess a detective. Are those the people who do the interrogations? I find interrogations so fascinating, dude. The way that there is like techniques. It's one of my favorite things is when the interrogation's going on and they pause it and they'll be like, this detective is using the read technique. And you're like, what? What the hell's the read technique? And I totally forget. I'm pretty sure that is a real one. I forget what it is. I think it's like reverse psychology or like something. It's one of the most simple ones, but I'm too dumb to even remember it, hence why I didn't do good in school. I can't remember shit, dude. But, yeah, I do. I really like that stuff. And it's weird because I don't really like TV shows about serial killers, like that Bates Motel one or the Dahmer show or like stuff like that. Like, it's okay, but I don't know. I want to hear about real life. But isn't that kind of worse? That's kind of weird. I like scary movies. I like horror movies with killers and stuff, but I don't know. The one movie I did like that was about a serial killer was called Monster. That was a really fucking good movie. It was about the first female serial killer in America, and it was this girl. I can't remember her name, but she was like a prostitute who got tired of tooting. So she started killing the guys that were... That was a really good That was a really good movie. I enjoyed that one. But other than that, I don't know. I like body cams. Body cams are especially the best, where it's like you can see sometimes someone's acting completely normal, and you can see in their face when they're about to do something crazy. You can see someone get the thought. I think that's so interesting. You know, but then body cams can go too far too. Those get fucking bad. It's basically like Cops, right? I grew up watching Cops, but oh man. I heard they were making another Cops. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It definitely gets too much for me at a certain point. I'm not the type of person that can sit there all day and just listen to fucking people die. That's fucked up. The ones I really like are when the people don't die. When, like, the killer is getting interrogated or the attempted killer is getting interrogated and they're, like, so cocky. Oh, yeah, like, because they think they're outsmarting the police. And then the police are like, oh, yeah, and by the way, just so you know, he didn't die. He's in the hospital right now recovering. The shock on their face. They always are like, huh? Those are the best ones. But yeah, I like some law and crime, and to loop this all back to the church cult video I saw, that was pretty interesting. It was pretty graphic, though. It was pretty intense, man. They were talking about how this pastor, like, convinced all the parents that the kids were evil and needed to be punished in order to be cleansed by God. It was fucking crazy, man. And I don't know, I'm not a parent, but I do have little siblings, and I would protect them with my life. I don't know how, as a parent, you fall for stuff. That's another psychology thing I like, the psychology behind cults. Because everyone says they wouldn't fall for it, right? Everyone's like, no, not me. I'm not dumb enough. But I watched a video on it one time. There's like a psychology behind it where You need to be just desperate enough to where you're in there like swimwear. And yeah, cults are crazy. Law and crime is all crazy. But it's the stuff I be consuming. For why? I don't know. Like today, I listened to 2 of them, and then I immediately put on a podcast. I was like, fucking something else now. Please and thank you. But yeah, what else did I watch that was interesting? I watched a video about that Chud the Builder guy. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about him. Hopefully not. Sorry to ruin your day, but there's this guy called Chud the Builder who goes around and harasses people. I think he's from like Tennessee or Nebraska or Arkansas? No, I think it's Tennessee. It's somewhere around that area. And yeah, this guy just harasses people, calls people the N-word, says that they're doing crazy things. And yeah, I watched a video on him. He fucking shot a guy and he's going to jail. Thank God. That guy has to be a CIA plant. Like, right? Like, who in their right mind does that shit? Like, even someone who's really racist. This guy was going around the streets just shouting the N-word at people of color. It's like, how... That has to be a CIA plant. Like how the CIA put crack in black neighborhoods. The CIA put Chud the Builder in black neighborhoods. Like, for real. He came out of nowhere. He just was all over my feed a week or 2 ago. Man, thankfully he's in jail now. No one's bailing his bitch ass out. But that was another crazy video I watched. That guy, holy shit. What would even drive you to want to do something like that? I just don't understand that, man. I've known plenty of racist people in my life, but I've never known someone to walk up to a black person and say some crazy shit like that. Like, holy moly. Thank God he's in jail. A lot of people online are trying to say, like, oh, the guy attacked him, so he had a right to shoot that guy. Are you fucking crazy? You can't go around calling people names. You can't go around calling people names, saying all this crazy shit, and then being like, oh my God, he attacked me and I had to shoot him. What? Oh my God, it says so much that he shot him. Like, God, no fisticuffs on this guy, that's for sure. He is a pretty big looking guy, but I think he's on steroids. It don't look like no natural build to me. But yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy to death. He's like the worst person ever. Watched a video on him. He's in jail because he shot a guy. Don't know how he didn't go to jail sooner. I guess it is freedom of speech, but at a certain point, isn't it like harassment? If like I purposely went to Chinatown and started saying a bunch of Asian slurs, like, okay, I understand freedom of speech, but at a certain point, that's like, I wouldn't like if someone followed me around and called me names all day. Like, that can't be legal. But he got away with it for so long until finally he shoots a guy. Now I think it said he was going from 55 to 64 years with all the felonies because, you know, when the police want you in, they want you in, man. So they got him for hella felonies, not just shooting the guy, but it was like having a possession in the act of committing, or wait. One of them was like possessing a firearm while in the act of committing a felony. I didn't even know that was another charge they could stack on you. That's crazy. Usually there's 2 charges. One is having a gun. The other one is committing a felony. But no. He's facing hell charges. And yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him right to hell. I'm glad. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how he got away with that for so long. But yeah, I've seen some crazy videos, you know, on him. I showed him. I only have a couple black friends. I'm not going to front like I'm all DEI over here at ChurchMunky. I'm just a white boy. But, you know, my girlfriend's half black, and I have a couple of black friends, Jayana and Alex, shout out. And I showed them the videos, and Jayana was like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And even she was like, I've known some racist people, but not no racist people to ever do no shit like this. Yeah, that is a CIA plant. Tell me otherwise. That is a CIA plant. You cannot convince me otherwise. Oh my God. Next thing you know, he's going to be doing Zoom from prison selling fucking how to be a dumbass courses. Everyone sells a fucking course nowadays, dude. I saw this other video about a monk who was selling courses. Oh my God. This shit pisses me off so much, dude. Like how Andrew Tate claimed to be a Muslim and then did all that haram. This guy claims to be a monk, but then he like sells courses. And he like, dude, what? Aren't monks supposed to like not come in contact with women? Like, aren't you supposed to be in a monastery? Like, wait, monastery, right? I think that's where monks stay. I don't know. There's probably some way I'm wrong, and he's not doing anything wrong. I'm probably wrong. Listen to a white man telling a monk how to monk. I don't fucking know. I just don't think that's real. I don't think you're a real monk if you sell courses. I also don't think these pastors, I always fuck up that word because, you know, there's a sunny pastor. Or is it a pastor? I don't know how to fucking speak. I hate pastors and priests and all these rich and famous guys. I don't get it. The same with the monk. Aren't religious figures like I've read the Bible, bro? That is greed. You cannot make money off preaching. I don't know. I'm getting a little too deep. I'm just rambling at this point. But that is something I think about. It's like, I don't know. Everyone's kind of fronting, right? Half of America says they're Christians and they still drink beer and fucking do whatever the fuck. And that's why we're all church monkeys. Boom. Wrapped it full circle. Boom. We go to church on Sundays, but we be monkeying around. Boom. So why is that monk saying he's a monk and not just a church monk-y? Got him. Wordplay. Dad joke. That's how we're ending it. Yeah, that's pretty good to me. This week's album of the week is, I know I've done this one before. I think it was one of the very first album of the weeks. But it's Early Prayers by Tomorrow Bad Seeds. They are such an underrated reggae band. And I really like their song Round Trip. But yeah, that is the album of the week, Early Prayers by Tomorrow Bad Seeds. If you listen this far, I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. Hasta luego. Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Church Monkey. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. If you want any exclusive content or our social medias, all that will be at churchmonkey.com. Thanks for listening.